Te bajo el panty y te sube la presión. Pónteme nasty, te mojas bien cabrón. Prendemos otro blon.
Hey you guys, it's Tiny and I'm back with another video. Told you guys I was gonna make another video. So this video we're going to be doing my updated eyeshadow palette collection because I haven't done one in I think it's been like 8 months, and a lot of things have been added to my collection. Obviously some things have left through my declutter, and some of them are still in my mercari listed below. If you're interested in taking a peek, looking, asking for a deal, I'm open to offers, just not low blows. That's all. I'm a very considerate person, and I will look at offers that people send me that are reasonable. So anyways, let's get right into the video, and we're gonna be here a while, so grab some snacks, some food, some candy, something. I think I have over 60 or 50 palettes. I didn't count them all. Okay, let's go. So the first palette that's in my collection, I have used it once, I need to use it more, is the ColourPop Wine Only color palette. It is so pretty. I'm not swatching everything because like I said, we'll be here all day. A lot of my videos already are long enough. It's very beautiful. I need to use it again. I love it. The consistency. When I used these dark colors, they were not patchy, which was a plus. So yeah, that's my first one. The next palette I have is, let me put this away real quick, is, remember when I was telling you guys from the indie makeup releases how that Guys Beauty brand, I forgot what it's called, but it had 15 eyeshadows, and it reminded me of the Urban Myth palette from Black Moon Cosmetics. This is my baby right here. I never tried that guy's pigmentation formula or his brand, so I don't know, but it does bring more eyeshadows, and if the consistency and the formula is good, that's pretty damn good for 15 eyeshadows, because this only brings 10, and this was not cheap. This is pretty expensive, but I love, I'm not trying to flash out, but the mirror is like really pretty. And this is the color story. See, it brings 10 eyeshadows. I need to use this more. I love it. You can tell I used it though, especially the shimmers and that dark plum burgundy type of shade. Yes, so this is my other palette. I love it, and I love the packaging. Oh, look at that. I think that's the Loch Ness Monster. And I love the background. Yeah, so I have that palette. Next, I have the KVD Beauty. I forgot what the letters stand for. It's been changed so many times. I don't know why they don't just rebrand all together, but I guess they don't because they don't want to throw away Kat Von D's original packaging and her logo on all of her products, because that costs money and it's very time consuming, but whatever. I have the Edge of Reality eyeshadow palette. This is like full of mostly shimmers. There's a couple mattes. Let me take the film off. I need to use this more. The shimmers are pretty nice. I didn't use the mattes yet, but I do love and think it's nice how the packaging is eco-friendly, meaning it's recyclable. If you get rid of this, like the packaging, you could just remove the palette itself and store it somewhere, or put it into like, I don't know, something else if you want. But yeah, they're pretty. I need to use it more. Like I said, I haven't used it that much. I'm guilty of that. And the outside packaging is pretty nice too. It looks like very elegant. Next eyeshadow palette I have is the Yasmin by Mayali Beauty. They do not exist anymore. They went out of business. I think this used to be the Try Beauty brand. This is the cover. I like the packaging. I think it looks really like cartoony and pretty. This is the back. It's sad I didn't really get to try them like that, but I love the color story. I don't know, I liked it. It has some nice shimmers. There go the mattes. I found this palette very beautiful. I used it, I believe, twice. I need to use it more. The next palette I have, I'm not going in no particular order. Everything's like shuffled up. I want to keep it interesting. Is the Beauty Bay New Romantic 20 color eyeshadow palettes. It's beautiful in pink. I only used this once. I need to use it more. But look at the shimmers and the mattes. It's so gorgeous, so beautiful. The next palette I have is the BH Cosmetics Trendy in Tokyo palette. This is a nice rainbow palette. It has some shimmers and mattes. It's beautiful. I used this once. I need to use this more. I like the pinks too. They're pretty. The next palettes I have is the Rare Beauty. I used this like twice. I need to use it more. It's cute. It's very portable. And it's like really basic if you don't want to do a dramatic look. Like it's pretty neutral glam. It's the True to Myself eyeshadow palette. It looks like a little pill. I think it's cute. Very sleek. There goes the mirror, and then here are the shades. You see the shades, they're so beautiful. I love that shimmer right there in the middle. It really tops off the center of your lid. If you literally pack it on, it really packs a punch. I love that. And it is not clunky, chunky. It doesn't leave fallout. Well, for me it didn't. And it really adheres well to the lid. Like I didn't need to use a glitter glue, anything to seal it in, a glitter primer or whatever. So I like that palette. I need to use it more. The next eyeshadow palette I haven't used it. I think I'm scared to use it because I want to use it more as like a collector's type of palette, like just to have it to collect. It's the ColourPop Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. I grew up with Sailor Moon. I loved her so much. My sisters, everybody loved her. We grew up watching her. That was like our favorite anime. And this choker I have reminds me of her for some reason. More if this was like a crescent moon shape, that would have looked really well. But yeah, I love the packaging. I still have it in the cardboard box. And the front is like so holographic, or like it just changes. That's when she would look at Tuxedo Mask like, oh my gosh, he is so cute. He's such a hunk. Sabrina will always say that. But yeah, these are the eyeshadows. Oh, I love how reflective it is. It's so beautiful. Has some satin shades, some shimmers, and like a few mattes. So beautiful. I'm scared to use it. I might have to buy another one so I can use that one and just collect this one. So don't be surprised if I pop up with another of the same eyeshadow palette. The next palette I have, I've used this once, is the Ace Beauté Falling For You palette. I love it. I need to use it more. I still have the cardboard box for it. It's very orange, very fall. I don't know why, but the shimmers, they're beautiful. They just remind me of the Glam Light shimmers for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it is for some reason. Very pretty. I need to use this again. Very pretty. Okay, the next eyeshadow palette I have, this one's the old one. I have some that I know are expired, but they're like very nostalgic for me, and they're very sentimental. So this is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. I don't know if everybody remembers this when this dropped, but I still have mine. I like that. This is when I was scared of bold colors, and I would literally always use neutrals. Very scared. Had a full mirror. See all those mattes and natural neutral colors? This is very, very basic. The only pop of color was the blue and just that light pink. That's very light. But yeah, this was basically one of the palettes I bought when I was starting up in makeup, and I wanted to like experiment, and the packaging was just so beautiful and to die for. So I still have this. I would never get rid of this. This is very sentimental to me. So the next palette I have is the Ofra Cosmetics Mini Mix palette Good To Go. I didn't get to use this yet, and I need to. I bought this from Mercari. See how beautiful that highlight is. I don't want to take the plastic covering off. I need to use this ASAP. And it comes with like a blush and bronzer. I love that. The shimmers for the eyes, another shimmer, and mattes. And you can use shimmers as highlights, y'all. That's what I do too. So makeup is very versatile. The next palette, I love the packaging. I told you guys I own two from this brand. The other one is on my Mercari. I'm selling it because I never used it and it doesn't intrigue me at all. But this one I have to keep. I would never declutter this. I love animals and I love dogs. I love pit bulls. The packaging is so beautiful. This is the Copacetic Cosmetics with collab with M. Jones 5018 is the companion palette. I would use this as a topper, but I haven't been doing that. I need to do it though. Let's take the thing off. I've used this once. You see how I told you how chunky it is and loose, and it just the consistency is very different and flaky. I need to use it though. The colors look so beautiful. It's just how it feels. I gotta get with the program, y'all. I gotta find ways to navigate with this. But yeah, I am never going to declutter this. This is beautiful. Look at the cute dog. I want to get a pitbull again. I want to adopt one. When I move out, I can. Next, I have the e.l.f. J Kissa to the Rescue palette. Again, another animal-inspired palette. I love it. I still have the stickers. I have never put them on because I just like to stare at them. Look at the pitbull and the paws and the toys and the other pitbull. So cute. I love this rainbow palette. It's very gorgeous. There was mixed reviews on this. I have to use this more, but I've used it twice and I still loved it. It's very pretty and very, you know, like a monochromatic palette. Every shade goes with each other, different hues and everything. And I also love how on the names on this, she had for every dog that was in the shelter, the names literally mean something. And I think she donated a certain amount of percentage to her local animal rescue or animal shelter. I love that. I would do the same thing if I had my own brand or had a collab. And I would help with other organizations as well, like food, World Hunger, stuff like that, AIDS, you name it. I would love to help. The next palette I have is from Beauty Bay, the Nikki collaboration, I think it was. I can't see the name. Oh, the Press Pigment palette. It doesn't say anything, but this is the packaging. I've only used this once or twice. I need to use it more, obviously. Let's try to not get the mirror in the view. These are the colors. They're very beautiful. I need to use them more. Next palette I have is the BH Cosmetics cute avocado toast palette. So cute. The packaging again. I haven't used this, I think. I thought I did. I have so many greens. I'll be thinking I'm using them and I'm not. I have to use this. I feel like I used it once. I think I did, right? If not, whatever. I need to use it more, but this is so pretty. Love, love greens. Fun fact, I don't like avocado. It tastes nasty to me, but this avocado, I love it. Next palette I have is one of my all-time favorites. I literally have a discount code over there. You can use it if you want, because I'm definitely going to be purchasing. I might list it below. Is the Makeup Addiction Cosmetics Metal Palette. Still have the sleeve. This is my first time trying them. I fell in love with them, yo. I need to use this way more. I need to look at their other palettes. Their formula, is so smooth. You see how big the pans are? This color story is to die for. That green looks so good. All of this looks good. It's just, they're so smooth. They're smooth, buttery. It's not patchy. And the shimmers, I don't need a color. I don't need a glitter primer. None of that. I love that. So look, I'm gonna swatch this green because I can't help it. Look, one swatch. And then let me put it. Sorry, my smartwatch is in the way. Do you see that? With one touch, I don't like digging heavy into my pans. I don't like doing that. I feel like I'm hurting my eyeshadow. And then I don't like having all this fall out. You see, I swatched it once, right? Let's see this. I swatched it. It went more longer on my finger. Sorry, the one on my index, I didn't swatch it that much. It didn't touch right here like this one. You see that? Look at that. Their formula is, oh my god, I love it. We'll swatch one more. I want to swatch this one right here to show y'all. It's this blue with hues of gold in it. Do you see those shades? I am not taking that off. I am proud to wear that. And then the top of the palette says Addicted to Your Beauty Within. I love that. Today I'm gonna go on their website and see. The only thing is this is based in the UK, so you have to pay international shipping unless you hit a certain amount. But yeah, one of my favorite palettes to the end. I'm never getting rid of it. The next palette I have not used this. I need to use it. It's a pressed glitter palette. It's the Starry palette from the You Can Be brand. The packaging is so beautiful. Look how beautiful it is. So shiny. I need to use this so I can make my looks look more dramatic. There go the chunky pressed glitters on the top and the rest of them on the bottom. This doesn't have a mirror, so it's very beautiful. I need to use it. Need to use this. The next palette I have is from Rue Cosmetics, the new Breakout palette, nominee of City of Neon Lights. Looks like a movie billboard. There's no mirror. It has credits right here, like as if it's a movie. And these are the colors. They're very neon, dramatic, and they're just beautiful. I love it. I've used this a couple of times. You can see that I dug into this to make a liner. Like this one has a pretty big dent in it. But yeah, I love this palette. I need to use it more. Next palette I have is from Kara Beauty, the Fantasist palette. I bought this. I remember I bought a whole bunch of palettes for my girlfriend's birthday. This was like almost 2 years ago in the summer. We drove to Jersey. You see how some palettes have a story? Because I remember. Especially the sentimental ones. We drove to Jersey and I took her to the makeup convention they had over there. And I told her, because she's trying to get into makeup, I said, I'll buy you anything you want. And I literally bought her like a whole bunch of palettes. And I bought myself some. And this is one of the palettes I bought. And I love it. I just need to use it more. But, yeah, it has the dark shades. Like, it's kind of monochromatic. And it has the shimmers to go along with them. I don't know why, but this kind of, not 100%, but this kind of reminds me of the Tati Beauty one a little bit. I never got my hands on it, and now that she's done with that brand, it kind of sucks, but that kind of reminds me of that. So I can picture that as if it's that. The next palette I got is from Sample Beauty in my collection, is the Plush palette. I have to use this more. I'm trying to make it look fun. When I bought this, I was excited. I thought the story was really nice. Now that I look at it, I just feel like this side makes it kind of boring. This side I can get with. But I need to use this. I need to use this more. I used it only once. Only once. The next palette I have is from Glam Light. Sorry, hold on. I dropped one of my babies. I felt so bad. It's from Glam Light Cosmetics, the Ice Cream Dream palette. So pretty. I've used this like twice. I need to use it more. See the shades and the mattes. They are gorgeous, honey. They are gorgeous. I need to use this more. Alright, the next palette I have is the Kara Beauty Pro 14 Time Traveler palette. I still didn't use this. It's brand new. It's this one, sorry. It's so pretty. It has the greens and the neutral colors, some warm tones. It looks beautiful. I need to use this. The next palette I have is the Spoiled Cosmetics Oh Abby palette. Look at the packaging. It's so beautiful. Look and pretty. I've used this like 4 or 5 times. I need to use this more. I go lightly. I love how they have heart imprints in them. But it is gorgeous. I need to use this more. The formula was pretty nice. I like it. And then how smooth and buttery the eyeshadows are. The next palette I have never used it. I gave one away because the eyeshadow came shattered, but they sent me this brand new as a replacement. It was from Profusion Cosmetics, the Festival palette. I need to make sure either I use this or I give it away or I sell it or something, because I have never touched this. It still has the tape on it. Like, I don't even feel like struggling to get it open, but you can see the packaging is very clear. This is the Festival palette. Next I have, this is an old purchase. I've never, and y'all gonna get to know me more and more and better as y'all watch my videos and I keep putting more content out. I do not purchase anything from Morphe. I do not support them. They're very problematic, corrupted. I don't fuck with shit like that. No. I don't care how much I like something. I'll either try to find another way to purchase it, not going through them, or find a dupe or something, because I don't want them having my money. This is years ago I bought this. It was the Morphe X and Jeffree Star palette. Same shit apply to him. I do not support him. I don't give a fuck how good his products are. I don't care. Like, I'm not materialistic. So I still had this because the color story was pretty. Again, this is when I was struggling and new with makeup, and it had more neutral colors, and I did like the pops of greens and stuff. I liked how correlated this palette was. This is old though, and I only keep it because it's pretty. It's sentimental, which is reminding me of when I grew up in the world, like with makeup. But yeah, these two brands, this was the only thing I ever purchased that had to do with this, and I will never support them. So that's the end of that. If you're the type, I just feel like I have to make disclaimers because I'm new on here. If you're the type to easily get offended or you get bothered when someone has an opinion, you're not going to like me, and that's okay, because I'm not going to dim my light for somebody else to feel comfortable. I'm a very confident, respectful, and nice person. I'm just very direct and blunt, and I'm not scared of what anybody has to say. So that's just, I need to put that out there. This is just makeup, but there's more things behind the makeup. Anything dealing with money causes issues, so I'm not supporting certain people, and that's that. Alright, the next brand I have, one of the other palettes is in here. They sent me another one, which I thought was nice because my mirror came cracked, so I'm just going to show you the new one first. This is La Luna Cosmetics Moonlight palette. I don't know if they've been putting more stuff out, but the packaging is very beautiful. They're an indie makeup brand. Most of these brands you probably know are already indie. I have a mix of luxurious and, you know, drugstore and stuff like that. It's a whole variety. This is the new one. I have never opened it. It was very sweet of them. You see, they even sent me a letter saying sorry to hear about your palette. A whole letter. They're very sweet. But the other one, I'm going to try to use it more. I have never used it. Is this one, because the mirror came shattered and they sent me a new one when I told them. Actually, it's not this one. I'll show you the other one. But this one I bought from Amazon. The packaging is very similar. Very similar. I have to use this. This is the Afilano Neon Luminous Glitter palette. They're very similar. I need to use it. I never used it. I love neons. This teal blue green is calling my name. And this lime green. These two are very similar. I know a lot of people do private labeling, which is when you buy from a big brand or a big distributor or whatever, and you just slap your name on it. I think these are both private label. I might be wrong, but they look very similar. I'm going to show you the La Luna one soon when I find it. The next palette I have is Beauty Bay, the Sunset Horizons palette. And these are the shades. They're very beautiful. I used them twice, I believe. I need to use them again. Beauty Bay got a nice formula. Next, I have my Beauty Glazed Color Shades Pressed Eyeshadow Book Palette. It's a book, y'all. This is the orange side, which is the first page. Then this is the second side, which is the second page. And this is the third side, the last page. I used this already and I love it. Y'all know I had to start with the green side first. I've used this once already. And I love it. It's the little book. Next palette I have, I love it, I need to use it more, is Delancey's Beauty Blooming palette. Love how simple and cute the packaging is. And all my eyeshadow palettes that I have are cruelty free and vegan for the most part, but none of them have been tested on animals. That's a fact, because the ones that have, I'll list them below, because this was before I got into cruelty free vegan makeup. So bear with me if you see some of them, oh, that's not cruelty free, or it has animal testing. That's before I did my research and I was ignorant to it. But most of these are cruelty free and vegan. I've not been purchasing ever since I switched to only owning and purchasing from those type of things, brands. So this is like 2 pages or 2 sides. This side has a mirror, so it's like a page and a half. These are the warm neutral the shades, and I love the shimmers. This side is the fun side, the party side. I've used this twice. Love the color story. I love the shimmers. Some of these are pressed glitters and mattes. So I love this. I need to use this more. Next palette I have is the Kesha Rose Beauty FTW World Palette. So fuck the World Palette, I feel like it stands for. Packaging so beautiful with the tassel. Has a big round mirror. I need to clean this up. I used this the other day. I need to use this way more. It's very beautiful. I love how smooth and buttery everything is in this palette, especially the shimmers. Like I said, these I don't need to use a glitter primer or anything to adhere it to my eyelid. I just wish she came out with another palette. Like, I feel like honestly it was a cash grab. Like, you know when celebrities, singers, whatever come out with their own beauty brand and it's like they put one set or one collection out and that's it. It's been like 3 years and she never put anything else out. Like, what's the point of having your own brand if you're not gonna put more stuff out? Just do a collab for all that. Like Kesha Rose Beauty, I wish she came out with more stuff. The next palette I have is the Sample Beauty Blooming Lovely palette. This is new. I need to use this. Brand new. Brand new. So beautiful. Reminds me of like the disco, like the 70s for some reason. It's very beautiful. I need to use it. The next palette I have is the Beauty Bay Magic Spell, I believe this is. Book of Magic palette, sorry. I've used this once or twice. I need to use this more. You can see where I use the shimmers and stuff. Very beautiful. Next palette I have is the Sample Beauty The Painters palette and collab by Beth Painters. This was limited edition only because I can't find it. I don't see anywhere else unless you look on Mercari or something to get it through another seller. I love this palette. It's very nice. You can tell I used it. I need to use it way more. Yeah, I love this palette. And I love the cover. It actually shows paint because she's a painter. The next palette I have is older. Is the Beauty Glaze Color Board palette. So it's like this. I'm going to use this more. I like how it slides the presentation. Here are the greens. Here are the oranges. Here are the blues. And the last page was the purples. So you see how everything's like divided. I'm trying to show you how it looks. Like that. Then you flip it back over together. It's like held by this thing. And then you close it. The next palette is very sentimental and very nostalgic for me again. This is when I first started getting into makeup. I believe this was the first palette I ever bought. So yeah, it's the Tartelette palette. I am not decoloring this. This is it's a big memory for me. It's like a milestone of getting into makeup. So these are all mattes, and you could tell I hit dents in some of these. It's all mattes and neutrals. It's my first palette ever. Still have it. And the La Luna Cosmetics one that I found, because I told you the other one that was sent to me because the mirror was broken, This is the one. See the mirror. I don't want to flash y'all, but it's like shattered right there. You can see it. And they kind of all look the same. This one fell out too. That was nice. They're like private labeled for the most part because they all look similar. Let me get the other palette to compare. So this is the La Luna Cosmetics, and then this is the Afilano one that I just showed you guys not that long ago. So like you see what private label does, labeling, they like probably just switch the positions of the eyeshadows. This is the La Luna Cosmetics, and this is the Afilano palette. It's like the placement is like exactly the same. These are exactly the same. I just noticed that. I never had them side by side. Private labeling. Just see the formula if it's any different. So I just dug my nail into this. I hate when I do that. Now I made the eyeshadow looks ugly. Sorry. So next, I'll show you the next palette I have. Let me put these away. Is the, I love this new indie brand. When they came out, I was like, I had to try their whole set. Like, it just looks so pretty, cute, and very correlated, like curated really nice. Is the Mirror Beauty, and then this is the set. The Bombay palette from India. Look at the packaging. It's very beautiful and cute. It's a little mirror. Some of these pans, they popped out on me. I just gotta get Crazy Glue and glue them up together again. But yeah, these are the eyeshadow shades. They're very beautiful. I've used this once or twice. The next one that came in the set from Mirror Beauty is the Kawazi Queen. Very beautiful. This one, I could hear the pans are gonna fall out. I'm trying to be very careful. It's this black shade that's loose. Again, beautiful color story. I've used it once. You hear it rattling. I need to glue that down ASAP. The next and the last one that came in the set is the Beijing Baddie China palette. Very beautiful. This one has a loose one as well. I'm trying to be careful. It's the red shade that's loose. Love this color story. The lime green, the bold neon yellow lime green. Looks very beautiful on the greens. And that red. Next palette I have is the Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette. So I'm struggling to get it out of this cardboard box. There you go. Here it is. The packaging is beautiful. Gives me like a fruit punch berry type of vibe. The palette is gorgeous. Mattes and shimmers. 15 eyeshadows. Put this away. Alright, the next palette we have, I don't know if this indie brand, I checked their website not that long ago. I don't think she promotes or sells makeup like that anymore. But it was an indie brand, small business brand here where I'm from, Philly, PA, Philadelphia. I think it's a Latina owned brand. It's called Beauty Hut Cosmetics. I love the palettes. I love the cover. It's so beautiful. I bought a whole set from her, 3, when they first came out. I'm so grateful I had gotten them on sale as well. So this one's the Mamacita palette. Mamacita. It's pretty. I just need to use it. This shade's really calling my name. I need to use this. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me that I haven't used it. The next one I got from her, from Beauty Hut Cosmetics, is the Goddess palette. Very beautiful. I believe it's a mixed Latina brand. I believe she's Puerto Rican and half black. That's what I believe. Because I could have sworn I seen the flags on her profile. This is beautiful. Love the colors. Need to use it. Never used it. And the last palette I bought from her was the Beauty Hut Cosmetics Pretty and Petty palette. pretty and petty. And here go the shades. Next eyeshadow palette I have is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Retro Paradise eyeshadow palette. I've used this once or twice. I need to use it again. The next two palettes I have, they're like a set that came together kind of, was the You Can Be Twilight Dusk palette, a dupe for the Huda Beauty Rose Gold, I believe, the remastered palette. No mirror so I could show you guys. Very pretty. I need to use it's very neutral and basic, but has glam attached to it as well. I'm trying to like use some neutral, you know, because I'm always bold and dramatic all the time. I'm gonna have my softer days, you know, try to incorporate that in there. Next is the You Can Be Aromas palette. Very beautiful. Took the sleeve off. This one has a mirror. Looks so pretty. I think this is a dupe for the Huda Beauty. I forgot the name of the palette, but I know this is a dupe towards it. If you remember the name, let me know. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember. But it is pretty. Just very, very, very neutral and light. Very light and neutral. So, okay. Next palette, my nephew got it for me for my birthday. I think 2 years ago almost. Actually, I think it was a year ago. The Eflano Avocado Green palette. Try to get his auntie some makeup, and he knows it was really nice. It was greens. He knows I love greens. Used this once or twice. I need to use it again. Next palette I have. The packaging is so beautiful. I want to purchase more from them. And Floralis. They're Chinese makeup brands, but yes, they're not cheap, but they're beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. I got the ZC, the British Museum #2 palette. We Are All Mad Here. It's based on Alice in Wonderland. I think it's so pretty. I think I only used this palette once. I'm trying to, oops, I just dropped the brush, sorry. But the colors are very pretty. I need to get more used to this. I've used it once. Let me pick up the brush. Next palette I have is, I made this palette myself, so I got the Z palette from Amazon. It's Mermaid Scales if you're interested. It's very beautiful. And these are my JD Glow Cosmetics shimmers. They're very beautiful. I have I think 2 more stored away in my drawer, but these are shimmers. I'll swatch like 2 of these to show you the pigmentation. I'm gonna do this one. See, I didn't even touch it that much. Let's go right under here. See how beautiful they are? Very smooth and buttery. The next shade I'll do is, because I just did this one, let's do this purple on top. I need to dig in it a little bit more, but it's still beautiful. I think it's still pretty. And one more. Let's do this dark blue. Dark blue. I took my watch off because it started dying. I need to charge it. Oh my god, that blue looks so gorgeous. Look at my wrist. I'm a tiger of stripes. Got tiger stripes. Okay. I will disclose the shades below. They're on my first or second eyeshadow palette video from like 8 months ago. If you go check and look for it, they're listed on there as well. I'll list them again though if I can. Next, I have the Midas Cosmetics Drench Cosmetics collab called Genesis palette. This I did not buy brand new. It was used a couple of times, but I got this from mercari. I made sure it was sanitized well. And the color story is pretty nice. It's beautiful and dark and kind of grungy at the same time. I've used this twice or once, I think, to use it again. The next palette I have is the Too Faced Cosmetics Sparkling Pineapple Eyeshadow Palette. I love the packaging and it smells so good and it's so pretty. The thing is, some of these brands too, when I buy, like, I'm very strategic. I analyze a lot. I'm very, like, I overthink or I think a lot. I buy certain brands from like Ross, DD's store, Marshall's, places where they sell makeup that, you know, is either lower priced, way cheaper, they're trying to get rid of it, or it's not doing well wherever it's made, so they're like passing it on or selling it at their stores. So like Jeffree Star can be found there, but I still feel how I feel about those brands. But if you can get it cheap and you're interested and you don't want to support these certain brands or people, you can just buy it from Ross, Marshalls. You're technically supporting them, in my opinion. It's not going to that person or to that brand, like the money. So if you care about where your money's going towards. So yeah, I got this from, I think it was Burlington Co Factory, and it was a steal. It's very beautiful. The mirror is cute. It's scented, smells like coconut. It's very neutral, but I love how the palette looks very aesthetically pleasing. Also, that golden green, I made a look the other day. It looks so beautiful and smoky. Look at my ring. It's like a spinner ring. But yeah, this palette is cute, very portable. Throw in your bag, your purse if you're in a rush. Come up with a real quick, cohesive look. Real nice. So I like this palette. Next palette I have is from Cara Beauty Beyond the Sky palette. I got the set. This is the color story. The pans are smaller. They're cute. I've used this, I think, once only. Said it's a set, right? Okay, so this is the Cara Beauty Escape the Ordinary palette. These are portable too. Very, very, you know, portable. You can throw it into your bag, purse, same thing. Very friendly to take with you. It's not heavy or clunky or anything. This color story is very beautiful. I need to use this. I have yet to use it. And the last that came in the set was the Cara Beauty Never Finding Paradise palette. This one's gorgeous. Look at the yellows and that purple for definition and contrast. Look at that gold shimmer. It's a pressed glitter, I believe. Yep, it's a pressed glitter. It's very beautiful. I need to use those. I only used the blue palette once. The next one is the Pur or Pur Cosmetics and collaboration with Barbie palette. It's called the Endless Possibilities palette. It's so beautiful. I'm surprised I didn't just collect this. I might buy another one in the future to collect it if it's still available, but this I had to dig into. I had to use it. I want to line it with the mirror, but yeah, this is pretty much how it looks. It looks so beautiful. Next palette I have, I mentioned this in the video the other day, how, I forgot what I said exactly. Oh, in the indie makeup releases video, when I was showing the Rose Cosmetics palette, they're coming out for Valentine's Day. I said the Cara Totally Babe Pro 17 palette is way better. This, in my opinion, has way more eyeshadows and is very Valentine's Day friendly, and it just reminded me of this. I'm like, I'm so glad I got this. This is my baby. I've used it twice. I love it so much. Look at the colors, the like pinks, the fuchsias, the plum reds. It's just so beautiful. I love it. And the packaging is hot pink. So you should get this if you want something Valentine's-y type of inspired, or just something more girly and pretty. Very, very girly. Before I never used to like pink, y'all. Never. And then something happened, I became way more girlier, feminine, like, and it's just real fun. Like, my style is very versatile. I dress according to how I feel, and I like to switch it up, but I am very feminine and girly, but I'm like a tomboy as well. I like to dress, and I can be masculine at times, so I'm like, I always switch it up. The next palette I have is by Hank and Henry, the tie-dye palette in collaboration with Bianca Linares. I took the sleeve off. Here it is. Love the tie-dye packaging. Feels very smooth and velvety, the packaging itself. These are all mattes, rainbow shades. I love it so much. I need to use it more. I've only used it once. I have the mirror. It came with a set. I got the mirror. I think that's all it came with. I got the big box that came with everything. So the next palettes I have is the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes palette. I love how sleek the packaging is and how bent the mirror can get. Like, if you see, it bends all the way. I like when palettes do that. Like, it feels very smooth to bend it. But yeah, these are the shades. Very pretty, neutral, and very basic. But yeah, the next palette I have, and I love, I need to use it more, is the indie makeup brand that, from what I remember, she closed down. She said she couldn't afford to keep up with having the business open due to her health and other personal reasons. But I loved it so much. I made a big purchase to her before she shut down. I have other items. I'll show that in another video. But it was by Haunting Howl Beauty. This is the Mythical Creatures palette. It's dual chromes in here. I love it so much. Vegan cruelty free, 9 shades. Used it twice, I believe. I need to use it more. I love it so much. Next palette I have is Ace Beauty, the Scarlet Dusk palette. This is how it looks. Very beautiful. Next palette I have is from BH Cosmetics, the Paris palette. Passion in Paris palette. I still haven't used it. Still has the plastic on it. I need to use it. Those colors are beautiful. Reminds me kind of Christmas time a little bit. Here's Passion in Paris. Next palette I have, I love it so much. It's one of my favorites. Is the Violet Voss Tie-Dye 4 palette. I have to use Violet Voss more, to be honest, because I never really cared for them, but they do have some nice pretty palettes. Colors so bright, it's to die for. That's what it says. I love the aesthetic, the layout, how each eyeshadow is framed. I love how cohesive this palette is. Y'all know how I am about neutrals, but the way they laid these out, it looks gorgeous. Like, I can't even complain about this. They did a phenomenal job, and they're smooth and buttery. Like, I have to swatch. Here's my sleeve right here. We're gonna go in with this lime green, right? Reminds me of my Makeup Addiction eyeshadows because of how smooth they are and pigmented. That's the green. And we should go on with the orange and then the blue. Let's do the blue. And then let's, oh sorry, I hit you guys, sorry. Let's go on with the orange. See how beautiful, look at my whole sleeve. I have a sleeve, y'all. Look at my sleeve of swatches. Beautiful. I love this palette. I gotta use it more. This is gonna go in my shop my stash. Like, I'm not playing. Next palette I have is the BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes Blueberry Muffin palette. I have not used this, I believe. If not, no, actually I did. I used it once in my my Amazon Prime haul that I bought a lot of items in. This was used on my lids for that video. This, especially this shade right here called Tempting. Very beautiful. Let me swatch that. I just have to. This Tempting shade that was on my eyes that day in the video. Very beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, I need to use this. This is going in my Shop My Stash. I'm gonna do a Shop My Stash video as well to show you what palettes I'm trying to use each day of the week, because I have so many palettes. That's the way I'm trying to navigate with hit and pan quicker, or trying to get some type of use out of every palette I own, because shorty got a lot of palettes. So the next eyeshadow palette I have is the ColourPop Cosmetics of Quartz palette. Have never used this. I need to use it. It's beautiful. I never really cared for grays and dark charcoal grays, but I'm starting to love them now because it just looks so different, and This is so smoky eye friendly. Like, I can easily do a smoky eye with this. I've never really attempted because I'm kind of like intimidated, but I need to start eventually. I need to stop being a chicken, so this palette will probably help me get to that point. So it's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Next palette I have is the Cara Beauty Girl Scout palette. Sorry. I love this. This is one of my favorite palettes as well. The greens, the blues, gives me oceany vibes. I've used this twice, I believe. I need to store this away so I can use this more. This palette, this is the next palette I have. I got it in my Backseat charm. I've never used it, and I'm still on the fence if I should use it. If not, I might sell it or give it away. It's the Natasha Denona Ayana palette, the 5 eyeshadows. It looks aesthetically nice. Like, it looks very neat and cohesive. I've heard mixed reviews about these, and I already have like 2 eyeshadow palettes with neutrals. I don't know if I should get more or keep this in here because neutrals are boring to me, and it's like, is it really all that, the formula? So I'm still on the fence about this, but I still have it just in case, I guess. The next eyeshadow palette I have is the Beauty Crop Cosmetics Strawberry Daiquiri palette. This reminds me of my Cara Beauty Totally palette, the pink one that's very Valentine's-y. This one's another Valentine's-y one. I've used it once. I need to use it again. If you want something with less eyeshadows, less overwhelming, this is a good one in my opinion, because it's very, like, it goes right hand in hand with Valentine's Day, especially that beautiful shimmery Barbie pink. It's so beautiful. The next palette I have is BH Cosmetics, the Turquoise in December palette of the birth month. I've used it. I haven't even used this yet. It's still brand new. It's very beautiful though. Look at that turquoise. Beautiful. The next palette I have is ColourPop. I have it in the cardboard box. So beautiful. I still haven't used it. It's so cute. It's like I want to collect it. I don't know. The ones that I'm scared to touch, I might have to buy them again so I can use it. It's so cute. The ColourPop Mandalorian palette. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. This is the eyeshadow palette. Very beautiful. I love it. Like, it's just, I have no complaints here at all. I have no complaints at all. Alright, you guys, we're almost done. I only have a few good more palettes to go. I hope I don't go over an hour. We're almost halfway there. The next palette I have is by Nika K Cosmetics, the Sunset Sangria palette. I've used this, I think, only once. I need to use it again. Very beautiful. The next palette I have is by Nika K Cosmetics again, the Blue Moon palette. I gotta clean my palettes, yo. I've used this, I think, only once. The next palette I have is the ColourPop Powerpuff Girls collaboration with Powerpuff Girls palette. Very, very beautiful. Love the packaging. Growing up, my favorite, it was hard to pick a favorite Powerpuff Girls, but I think Blossom was my favorite, then Bubbles, and then Buttercup, because I used to think Buttercup was mean, and she used to scare me a little bit, but I was like, I love all of them. But now today, if I had to pick one, Buttercup is my favorite, then comes Blossom, and then Bubbles, because Bubbles is cute. She's just so sensitive. But yeah, I feel like the color story is very beautiful. It's kind of too many neutrals down here, but it's still gorgeous. I have to use this. It's very beautiful. Next palette I have is the Laura Lee Cosmetics, the Party Animal palette. I have to use it. I have not used it yet. Got this from Mercari. A lot of these you'll remember from my Mercari haul. Very beautiful. Very tiny. Next palette I have is by Beauty Bay, the Wilderness palette. I still haven't used it. I need to use it. Colors are gorgeous. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Next palette I have is from BH Cosmetics. My birthstone, my month, is the September Sapphire palette. Love blue, love sapphire, it's so beautiful. I've used this once. I need to use it again. Okay, the next palettes I have, they came in as a set. Yep, this should be all of them. Showed you guys before. This is the You Can Be Like Chocolate palette. Neutrals. This can be great transition shades for me, I guess, but very basic. Came in a set. Next one is the You Can Be Lemon Drop palette. Love the packaging, very neon. Very neon. Need to use it. The next one I have is the You Can Be Grape Shot palette. Look at that purple. It looks so good, yo. I haven't used this yet. The next one I have is the You Can Be My Honey palette. Again, love the packaging. The color is beautiful. Look at those shimmers. Some of the plastic film is on them. It just attached to the lid on the inside. So for anybody who's like, why did she take some of them off but not for the rest? They came off on their own. Next is the You Can Be Fruit Punch palette. Love the green. See how the plastic, it came off. Very beautiful mattes. Like one shimmer. Very, very toned. And the last one that came in set is very beautiful as well. The You Can Be Blue Tonic palette. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Look at these blues. Oh my gosh. Very, very beautiful. Alright, you guys, we're down to the last amount of palettes. This is like the last third. Okay. The next palette I have is from Delancey Cosmetics. Delancey has some good palettes, yo. Especially the packaging and the layout is just gorgeous. The La Catrina palette. Love the packaging with the skull. It looks so beautiful. Gives me Mexican culture vibes. Also, this is a dupe in my opinion for the Mo Cosmetics palette they came out with. I think it was limited edition, where it kind of had the same packaging. This is a dupe. I feel for that. Here goes the beautiful packaging again. I love it. And this is the palette. It's not a dupe for the eyeshadow shades in particular about Melt Cosmetics, but I'm talking about the packaging and the design. It's like a dupe. Like they kind of replicated it. But yeah, the colors are very beautiful. I've used this twice. Look at the chunky glitters, the greens, the oranges, the neons, the reds, the blues, the purples. So beautiful. It's like a big book. I need to use that more. That's gonna be in my shop, my stash. The next palette I have, I want to purchase more from this brand, but this is the first purchase I ever made, and that was like years ago, like 2 years ago. It's from the Queen Beauty Exotic Pop palette. This is a secret eyeshadow palette. It has 88 vivid eyeshadows. This is like my biggest eyeshadow palette. They have big, huge ones. So I've only used this like twice or 3 times, but you can see I probably dug in some of these a good amount. The formula didn't blow me away. This came out like 2 years ago, like I said, when I first heard of them. And this is probably old now, so I'll try it again, but we'll see. I might have to repurchase this again to see if the formulation changed. And also I want to purchase their other palettes that have the highlighters and blushes intertwined with the palette. So yeah, they look beautiful. Look at the shimmers and the pressed glitters. This is huge. Look how huge it is compared to this. It's huge. Next palette I have is by Delancey, the Luminous Party palette. The sleeve is kind of tight, so bear with me. I might struggle a little bit. It's tight. There we go. Here it is again. I need to use this. Very neon-y, beautiful pinks, fuchsias, purples, the greens, the neon green, the lime green. That grungy green right there is beautiful. I keep saying it because makeup to me is all beautiful. Like, it blows my mind. It blows me away a lot, time and time again. The next palette I have is from Beauty Glaze Cosmetics, and it's the Color Fusion palette. This I mentioned before is the dupe, in my opinion, for the what's his name, James Charles palette that he came out with that looks like this. I forgot if it was his own brand or a collab, but this is a dupe for it, and it's way more affordable. And if you don't want a giant palette, he had a mini one as well, the same thing, it was just way smaller. This is a perfect dupe, in my opinion. I haven't used it. I have to use it though. The next palette I have is by Beauty Bay Cosmetics, the Bright Mattes 42 color eyeshadow palette. I need to use this as well. I've never used it yet. I told you guys before, this shade already came shattered. Beauty Bay had to give me like a couple dollars back. They didn't want to send me a replacement, which kind of sucks. But at least the rest of them were perfect. It's just that one shade. They look beautiful and I need to use them. The next palette I have is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. Beautiful. Need to use this more as well. Use this like once or twice. So beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Next I have the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival Extra Large Pro palette. This is extra large. Has the highlights. Look at all these shades. So beautiful. I need to use this. I used it 3 times, I believe. The next eyeshadow palette I have is by You Can Be Exotic Flavors. Love the packaging. Those look like beautiful Middle Eastern and Indian women. They're very beautiful. Has a sleeve. Same packaging again. The back. Doesn't have a mirror, so I won't flash you. But I need to use this. It looks beautiful. I need to use it. I've never used it yet. It's brand new. Next eyeshadow palette I have is the Trust with Rainbow Afilano palette. This one's private labeled as well. I've seen these in numerous indie makeup brands or brands that just came out of nowhere. Have the same type of layout and design. Just have their name on them. This is a very known private label palette. It's still beautiful though. And I have to use it more. I only used it I think once. Next palette I have is by Beauty Glaze, the Colorful Charm palette. Color Vibes. Has a violin on it. Looks really cool. Smoked out eyeshadow. This is the back. It has no mirror, so I won't flash you. These colors are gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of my palette a little bit from Rue Cosmetics, the Neon Lights movie one. But this is beautiful. I have to use it more. I think I only used it once. The next palette I have is by Glam Light Cosmetics. This is the, I think this is the original Painter's palette. Yeah, it doesn't say, but I think this is the original Painter's palette. I bought a set and I brought the other one that looks similar. It looks different. Came with a brush. And I gave the other one to my sister as a birthday present because they're very similar. This just has different tones a little bit. I think hers had more shadows and it was more bigger, the pans, I think. They're so pretty. I have to use these. I love the packaging. I feel like I am a painter. I have canvases and stuff and palettes, but it's just really cool. The next palette I have is by Sample Beauty, the Equalizer palette volume 2. Came with the sleeve. This is the back. Here's the sleeve. A big mirror. This I want to use a couple of times. Need to use it more. I've said it before, but I don't really like pudgy, pudding feeling like eyeshadows. But it is what it is. I need to use this more. It's still pretty. The next palette I have is from Zodiac Cosmetics. I had to get my Zodiac sign. Obviously, I had to represent. And I had to support my fellow Virgos out there. If you didn't know, now you know. With the Virgo palette. She is so beautiful. The pans are huge. It's a big mirror. To use this more, I kind of wish the color story was a little different. Like this could have been changed. This. Just these two, and maybe this purple a little bit, but the rest looks nice. But I still have to use it more. I've used this only once. It's beautiful. Next palette I have is by She Makeup, the Concert palette. It's a mirror. I have to use this more. This is nice. It's very light, flirty, and pastel-y type of, with a few dark mattes to give definition and contrast, and a few light shimmers. The next one I have, this is my first purchase to this brand, and I need to purchase from them more. They're kind of expensive, but they're worth it. They're beautiful. It's the Carlitos palette. Carlitos Cosmetics. This is the Escape Pod palette. Got this off of Mercari. It was brand new. Use this like 3-4 times. I need to use it more. Love the layout. Love the packaging. Love how smooth their shimmers and their mattes are. Carlitos has like a perfect formula. It's another one that's one of my favorites. Like, let me swatch this green. I have to. You see? I'm gonna do it one more time. And let's put it on the top of this. See that? And then I want to do this plum right here, this purplish type of plum. I went real light, not digging into these pans. See how pretty they are? I don't know. Carlitos, keep doing your thing. Like, your palettes are the bomb. I need to purchase more. The next palette I have is still encased. It's still brand new. I got it from Mercari. Is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I wanted to try it, and I bought it off of somebody, so it looks really pretty. I have yet to use it. Very light and flirty. Gives me like 90s vibes with the packaging. I said that before. Like with the play makeup when you were a little girl or a child. I have to use it. Next palette I have is the Too Faced Palm Spring Dreams palettes. I bought this off of Mercari. I'm still on the fence. It's still pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this, sell it, or give it to somebody as a gift, cause it's pretty. But like, the more I look at it, it makes me feel like, am I even really going to make use out of this, or am I just gonna dig into one pan and then call it a day? It's really pretty. It's just these neutrals. They're too neutral. Like, I would just replace all these mattes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would just replace them. Like, the shimmers are gorgeous though. They're the ones that are keeping me wanting to keep this palette. The next palette I have is the BH Cosmetics. My boyfriend bought me this for my birthday like 2 years ago. The Aurora Lights palette. I need to use these. These are baked eyeshadows, and they remind me of the planets. Let's swatch some so I can rediscover my love for these and try to use them more. Let's do this blue. The formula's still good. And then let me do this silver right here. They still swatch nice. I had to like play with these. These were just stored away. I needed to play with it. The next palette I've been using this a lot. I'm gonna use it tomorrow because I already had my makeup done, which will be the third time. The Be Perfect Cosmetics Dream Big Manifest palette. This one has been really sitting on my vanity. I've been using this a lot. You can already tell I dug into shades. Like, it's so gorgeous, this palette. I love it. The next palette I have is the Beauty Bay, the Jade palette. I love this one too. I have to use it again. I've only used it once because I'm trying to give every palette a turn. And I love how it came out, the look. Actually, I think I used this twice. On my other YouTube videos, the looks I've had, I think I used this twice. It's beautiful. Smooth. The formulation is perfect. The shimmers. I don't need to use glitter glue. Like, I don't wear primer to like keep it in place. To use glitter glue. Like, I don't wear primer to like keep it in place. To hold the shimmers. Alright, you guys. We're on our last few sets of palettes. I promise. The video is almost done. So the next palettes I have are from Nika K. They're all Nika K. Nika K Beauty, the Lucky Charm palette. Very cute. A little 9 pounds. Next one I have is the Nika K Watermelon Splash palette. Next one I have is the Nika K Sugar Plum palette. These are so cute, very affordable. Can throw this right into your purse, go to the bathroom, do it real quick. If you're going out somewhere, you got work to go to, whatever. Nika K Under the Sea palette. So cute. I love this one a lot too. Next one I have is the Nika K Mocha Mix palette. Very beautiful. Next one is the Nika K Birthday Cake palette. Hold on. Sorry for the noise. I needed to make sure the background was as silent as possible. The next eyeshadow palette I have is Nika K Oh Honey palette. This one's really nice. Look at those yellows. The next one I have is the Nika K Autumn Spice palette. So pretty. Matches my lips. The next one I have is the Nika K Ocean Eyes palette. Look at these blues, y'all. Look at these blues. And last but not least, the last palette I have is Nika K the Poison Apple palette. Look at these beautiful reds. So those were all my eyeshadow palettes in the collection. These do not count the ones that I'm selling, so it's probably even more, but these are the ones I am keeping in my collection unless I decide otherwise. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to give all of my palettes love, so I will be coming out with a Shop My Stash. I might make another video. If not, you guys will have to stay tuned. But hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for viewing. Have a nice day, night, morning, wherever you are. Wear your mask. Use your hand sanitizer. Try your best to be nice to people. I know it's hard, but we have to try. Especially for the people that are like me, that are blunt and real direct. We gotta try to be nice, y'all. Also, do not litter. Be nice to the plants, nature, and to the freaking animals. And to the earth, because the earth doesn't need us. We need the earth, so it's a difference. So respect it and protect it, okay? Alright, bye you guys. I'll holla at y'all later. Bye.